So this is the Excel spreadsheet used for analysing the MPVS outputs. So standard output would be the schedule out. This is not by bench, this is just by year, okay?
Yeah.
So you can see here by year, but also actually this you can run, if you reduce the OR targets to the quarterly target and run the schedule, then effectively what you're doing is creating a quarterly schedule. The only difference is that the discount rates will be applied on an annual basis, so you ignore the MPV, right? But the mining costs and the processing costs and the tons are all would be the equivalent to a quarterly schedule, which is actually what we've done here. We've done it on a quarterly basis. So what you do is, if you want to know the this basically by cutback and also by bench, reporting by bench, you need to export from MPV Scheduler the reports scheduled by bench. And then what you do is you paste that into schedule bench, and it's in a real shit state, it's not able to be used. So then under, you need a developer ribbon open. So under options, customize ribbon, you've got this thing called developer. If you click that on,
then you get
developer, you can access the macros. Under the macros stored in here, now actually, let's close Life of Mine Plan training case. And let's just close the dumping detail. So now under here, we should only have the macro stored in here. So this is a little macro here. When you run the macro, press run, it will sort this data and automatically paste it into this format here in the schedule bench filter. Then what you do is you copy the information from the schedule bench filter and put it into schedule bench copy. The reason for that is when you run the macro, unfortunately, it adds rows in here. When it's generating when it's dealing with the data. So that means you can't link directly to this tab because it mucks up the formulas and the links in the blue analysis tabs. So that's why then you could just copy it into the bench copy, and then the sync rate, for example, is looking up, look up total material movement. It's basically looking at the pits and
the bench in a year.
And this should all exist. Look up bench is looking up in here. It's looking up the bench number. Looking up total material movement is at this is the total rock. And just to check, if you take from profit, right? And if you paste it in from that position, these are actually all of the. These are the right names. So for example, look up total material movement. That's rock, total rock. And then that gives you that enables you to then do all the lookups by bench, etc. And just remember that everything when it comes out of MPVS is actually an in situ number. So if you want to add mine dilution and recovery, you need to make sure that, for example, the high grade kilotons here are being multiplied by the dilution and the recovery. And also you need to make sure that the gold is being recovered, having the recovery applied to it. But because we're using a regularized block model, we're not adjusting by dilution recovery, we're assuming that that's covered.
Okay, that makes sense. When you use a non-regularized model, when you put your targets in MPVS, it is on the RM terminal. You do put a dilution in there, I think.
It gives you, under the scheduler, you type in, for example, if you wanted 1 million tonnes a year, type in 1 million tonnes, reset it into 1 million, but then it says adjust for dilution and recovery. So actually, okay, these are the in situ numbers that you'd have to be targeting to reach 1 million tonnes diluted.
That's a strange way of doing it.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just the way they do it.
It's just not mining engineering. I mean,
No,
you work with what comes out of the mine, not
Yeah.
what was in the ground.
Yeah, I know.
It's very strange.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's good. Then, that was good too. Just